to get on. Air Dot Radio is the queen of internet radio. I'm back again. All right. June 15th, baby, is going down. Air Dot Radio will be back on the airwaves officially. And I'm excited. Check out the website, air.radio.net. Don't forget, we have the membership that is available. And we have Air Dot Radio Live. We have the bus tour. We have rotations. We have a lot of things. And I'm going to be opening up my gates to do interviews again. So busy, 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 busy. All right. I do have a guest coming up, and hopefully we'll be able to get her to come on. And we're going to rock out and see what she got going on. I have been on my interview bag, on YouTube. YouTube is actually new to me. I mean, I guess you can say new somewhat, but I've officially, matter of fact, let me save my juice because I don't know how long we're going to be. Let me save my juice. I think what's going to happen is we're probably going to have to go on Instagram because I know she's having a hard time getting on. Let me, into app or YouTube studio. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hopefully she'll be able to get on from there. If not, we're gonna get this interview one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just try to save my juice a little bit because my phone is about to die, and I know better than that. Usually, I have my phone charged up. So, I just know that it's multiple ways to do things. So sometimes when it doesn't work this way, we gotta do it another way. Oh, there she go. All right. I'm so happy that worked. All right, girl. Hold on a second, babe. Hey. Okay. Can you hear me good?
Yes, can you hear me?
But now I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Darn it.
Can
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
But I want to know, can you hear me with my microphone on?
Yes, yes, yes.
But then I can't hear you.
Um,
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to waste too much time. I got you in here. We good. Everything else is working. I ain't gonna play with it. We ain't gonna get worried about no microphone right now. I can still do my interview. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm glad you got it. I was like, oh, I was a little.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Well, for those who do not know, let me do my little spiel on her for real quick. I've been watching you for a while, and I'm glad that you decided to come on, and I appreciate your time. And I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. It's Jamara, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so she is super informed into what's going on with the culture, and I love that about you. She is a straight shooter. She don't be playing no games. She would talk her ish all day. I've been watching her hard. Like she has a platform called The Artist Reality Checks. So make sure y'all tap into her. She talks about music, culture, the identity, life, and the sources of the industry. And I love that about her. She talks about a lot of things from music, from the industry, all that, like everything. She is a no play games type person. And I mean, and listen, it's hard to find the females out here that is like
Mhm.
not playing around, that's really honestly caring about people. and I noticed you really, really do care about people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because I've heard you say numerous times, like, "What can we do? How can we fix this?"
Mhm.
And so I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta definitely tap into her." You know, so thank you for coming through. I
Of
appreciate you.
course. Thank you for having me.
Okay, tell me what made you get interested in like wanting to help and even caring about any of this.
Um, so it started young for me, like growing up, like I'm Gen Z, so growing up was like 106 in Park and like hearing just a lot of the stories that artists go through. And so I'm simultaneously like loving the artist, but hearing that like the contracts are bad, hearing that like they're not getting paid. So that already was in me. And then I became an artist manager and really got to really see like the difficulties of it. And then, as I continued to grow up, like artists are just still struggling. And it's just like I can't really figure it out, but I'm in the weeds with the artist, like trying to figure it out while also, trying to just figure out on a larger or collective scale like what the issue really is. So it's just kind of always been in me, but yeah, it's just like it won't leave me because I keep seeing the issue.
Right. And
Hmm.
like I said, I noticed you keep saying, "What can we do?"
Hmm.
Like, so who do you feel like if you had to reach out to somebody for the problem that you want to get solved, who would you want to tap into if you had those resources to fix
Mm, hmm. That's a good question. Because I say it's good because I've always looked at the industry like I don't think there's nobody who can help, but it's like that's bad to say. And then when I get into it, like I feel like it's just really an internal issue. Like I don't think there's an executive that can just solve the problem or like a journalist or expert. Like I think it's more so like a inside job. I think there's just like some education that's needed. I think there's some reality checks as I do that's needed, but I've never
it?
thought of anybody that's like, yo, if I could get them, we can solve it. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, because that's why that was like one of my biggest questions when I was watching your videos and you kept saying
Hmm.
that. I'm like, well, who does she want? Like,
Mm.
who does she want to help? Because
Yeah.
I know you say it's the media sometimes, it's the media's
Hmm. Hmm.
fault somewhat. And I'm media, and I'm like, wait a minute, okay, like,
Hmm.
what can I do? But
Yeah.
even with me, I be trying to help them too. And
Hmm.
like you said, it's an internal thing. I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes it's them, it's us,
Hmm.
it's a variety of
Yeah.
people, you know? So, yeah,
Hmm.
that was like I really wanted to know, like, who does she want to
Hmm.
help? If she could reach out to people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Or
I
have you
mean,
ever tried to reach out to anybody?
yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time like when I was in college, early college. Just is there? Can you hear an echo on me, or is that just me?
I think it's on I hear it as well.
Okay, let
I'm not really sure why it's a little echo.
me see. Um, that may be better.
Okay.
Um, but when I was like early career, I spent a lot of time working at labels, working at like the DSPs, and just setting up these calls with these people to like see, okay, does anybody have intel or insight? But it seems like no different than the artists, like the industry people are also like figuring it out. It's
Mhm.
almost like everybody just kind of not, they don't really know what they're doing either. So
Mhm.
I've never really felt like they could solve the problem.
Right.
Um, yeah, just me getting one to one with artists, I could see it is an internal issue and it may take, some deeper work and education, but I've never felt that they could help, honestly.
Wow. And I know I feel like that too sometimes. I'll be feeling like, well, what can I do? Because I'm only one person and I felt this way you did. You was like, I can't do it by
Mhm.
myself. I
Mhm.
be
Mhm.
feeling like that too. I'm like, well, no matter what I do, I it just seemed like it's not enough.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Mhm.
that's why I really was so intrigued on talking to you because I
Mhm.
know she wants to help, but I'm the same way. I'm like, well, who can help me? And the people
Yeah.
that can help, they don't want to help. They don't care.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really, really tough. Okay, so how did you come up with the title of your platform? It's called Artist Reality Checks. What made you decide to say that or
Yeah.
come up?
I think similar to kind of how like you pick up my energy. It just felt like that's what they need. They just need somebody that's direct, like a wake up call. Because a lot of times, like I say, working with artists, I feel like they're in this mist of like the industry is maybe jading them. Again, their own personal experiences don't align with like what they want and like how they're going after it. So I just felt like a wake up call, reality check is just what they really need because there's just so much misalignment and like smoke and mirrors and influence and all kind of things I think that are obscuring the view of the artist. So it just felt like the reality check is what the artists need.
Okay. Do you feel like some of the people in the industry feel like the artists need to just tap out? Is it more of a because like some things can't be fixed, but do you feel like some of them just need to just tap out and just kind of wrap it up?
I think that's the difficult thing because I've said that before. Like, um, some people don't need to, and I think the ones that don't need to are the ones that maybe grew up like looking at celebrities and wanting to be this and wanting to be that, and not really understanding what it takes. I wouldn't say tap out of
Mhm.
creating music, but tap out of trying to blow up and be big and be known. And that's like kind of tough to say because who am I to tell you to not do something, or who's anybody to tell you not to do something? But I just think
Right.
again, that reality piece is what a lot of artists are missing, and that's the thing that they may need to decide. Hey, is this really what I want? Do I really know what it takes? And if you don't, or if you come to that realization and you know that's not me, then I would say step out. But yeah, I would say if it's just you don't have a clear vision and you feel that in your body, like this is not me. I think that's more so the people that need to step out. But again, who am I to tell you to stop making music? Who's anybody to do that? But I could only say it would be on
Right.
that tip because again, I think they come into it with expectations that don't match the reality.
Mhm. What's your background for the people that may not know,
Hmm.
to be able to give them the advice that you got? Because some people will say,
Yeah.
"Oh, y'all don't know nothing." Even with me, I've been doing radio
Hmm.
21 years, and they'll be like,
Hmm.
"Who are you?" And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so what's your
Yeah.
background?
Um, so for
I know you
me,
said management.
yeah, I always speak to me just a lot of it is passion, a lot of it is just being merely that consumer who the artists are look like you we are the people who you want to buy your things, to listen to your things. And I've grown up in that era where things were prominent and like fandom and things of that nature were really second nature to me. So I always give props to that. But in terms of like industry and like corporate relations, I went to Howard, so I studied advertising with an emphasis on applying that to an artist management journey. So I spent like 6 years managing about 4 to 5 artists in a collective, and doing that really grassroots from the ground up. So from when you think what you think what the industry is and trying to blow up, all the way through doing shows and doing marketing, doing social media, putting thousands of dollars up, losing thousands of dollars, into really just getting to
Mhm.
that point of understanding like what this really is. And then separately within that, during my path, I spent some time early career at Sony, Spotify, United Talent Agency. Just yeah, just like really, just again, I was trying to like learn the industry, really get in those systems, and really understand like how did it work? Like, what's the truth? What's really going on? So I was like gun ho on like getting in those rooms. Spent some time at Recording Academy, but again, that was early career and really important for me to talk to the people in the buildings. So yeah, it was a
Mhm.
lot of that. I did some advertising work as well. I was just really trying to see all angles of it. So from the marketing side, the sales side, um, what else? Public relations a bit too, and again that advertising and strategy of it all. And so that was about a 5 year stint until I decided to do this, more directly and independently.
Yeah, but that's a strong background with Sony and all those other major
Hmm.
corporate
Hmm.
companies and stuff like that. That's huge,
Yeah, yeah.
So they ain't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, yeah, people should be listening
Hmm.
to you. Shoot, I'm listening to you. I'm like, oh, what you say, Sony? You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
um, nah, that's super dope that you have that background.
Hmm.
And it be the people that's like really in the cut, just chilling and don't
Hmm.
got a huge fan base. Saying your fan base is not huge, but like it's not 100K or whatever. It be
Yeah.
the small 5 people just chilling that really want to teach people stuff. The
Mhm.
one have a lot of knowledge behind the scenes that people ignore,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is sad, you know. Um, okay, so we're gonna get into a variety of things because I saw a
Mhm.
lot of videos on here that I want to talk to you
Mhm.
about. All right, I think it's on my end, and I got my microphone off, so I'm just trying to figure out why is the one. You got headphones on?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. All right. Because sometimes it goes out too. All right. So you said artists don't use the tools, because they don't care, right? It
Mhm.
was something like that, and right. What tools are you referring to that they don't use?
Was this a video? This is a video. Artists don't
Yeah.
care about
I
tools.
know. I'm sorry. I know you probably like that was
I
old.
know because there's so many. Okay, but at least when
I
I
know
think
you
of
do
that,
a lot of videos.
yeah, I can only assume I'm probably talking about tools. If I think of tools, I can only think of more direct to consumer tools. I probably was talking about, if anything. I talk a lot. Well, earlier I talked a lot about different platforms like Gumroad or Even or Bandcamp, and artists not really tapping. A lot of artists use, like, Spotify, YouTube, like the typical DSPs, and then they complain about the payment. And
Mhm.
so, if anything, I think I was speaking to probably, like, you have the tools out there to, like, put your music up to get paid for it, put your music up to send it to people so they can pay you for it. That's all I can really think about if I think about artists not tapping into tools, or any, like, SMS platforms, or just things that, again, that can allow you to cut out that middleman and just get what you need from people. I think a lot of artists overlook that.
Mhm. Do you think that they need to cut out the middleman? Because I think when we realize that they're cutting out the middleman, they
Mhm.
still not getting nowhere. So it's like if they
Yeah.
cut them out, then they,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like what can they do?
Mhm,
Because if they
mhm,
cut out the middleman, like they said, they don't need radio, they don't need DJs. They cut
mhm,
all of them out before. Remember,
mhm,
you're the middle people. So
mhm,
then now they got us cut out. Now they still really need these people. They
mhm,
start realizing like, oh, I may need them for real.
mhm. I see what you're
So they
saying, and
do.
it's like I'm trying to give, like, because, like, you're
No,
right.
say what you.
I mean, because in a way you're right. Like, radio is important. Like, we need the conversations. We need that in. I think maybe when I think of middleman, I think of, like, hmm. Because when I say middleman, I think of, like, having just extra people in the pot you may not need. I think a lot of people think they need, like, all these people on their team, like a manager and a publicist, and, like, a lot of things. I think, again,
Mhm.
it depends on the end goal. Because when I think of, if you just want money, you can put your thing on a platform, you can send things out yourself and be on with your day. If your end goal is maybe something like, I want to be in the conversations, then sure, you'll need a radio person, you'll need a social media person. Um, so it all depends on the goal in regards of what we define middleman as. But at least for me, I don't think they need the a lot of, like, for me, a lot of people come to me and want me to be their managers, and a lot of times I feel like they just want people to lean on instead of just doing the work. And so in
Right.
that regard, I don't think they need them. But if you talk about
Mhm.
people that I think people who move the conversation forward are necessary, if anything. Um, yeah, you ask me good questions. I don't think about these angles
It's not
that
wrong.
much, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a wrong answer if because some people feel like they don't need radio, and some people
Mhm,
don't need radio because they
mhm,
work hard enough to not need us. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Some people can do fine on their own, you know. But I think that when I look at Cardi and her rollout, and I
mhm,
forgot who else it was, J. Cole,
mhm,
they hit up at well, J. Cole didn't do as much as Cardi did, but Cardi went back and she just tapped into everybody radio
mhm,
wise, like
mhm,
how it used to be. So it reminded me of that, like, yeah, that's the essence of what
mhm,
artists used to do. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Tapping
mhm,
into everybody. And you got that excitement for the album. It was like,
mhm.
yeah. Versus like, oh, it's online.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
You know, in
Yeah,
essence.
yeah.
Oh. You told me well, you didn't tell me. You told everybody in the video. You said media is missing something,
Mhm.
and you said, "Oh, caught you on this." You said it's just noise, whack, trash, and a bunch
Mhm.
of old heads.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
I said, "Oh snap!" I mean, you ain't lying though, because I mean, some of them I feel like is trash, and some of, and I'm radio, and I'm
Mhm.
and I'm media.
Mhm.
Some
Mhm.
of it is dookie. You know what I'm saying? But and they don't help anything, and they're
Mhm.
gatekeepers and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I totally get it. But what was in your mind state when you came up with that?
I've spoken on that a couple times, and it's just like I'm grown up on this stuff. I look at YouTube, and I'm just looking at. I follow almost
You be
everybody.
forgetting.
Yeah, like everybody who's like somebody or who has had history and just doing hip hop content. Like I'm looking at the
Keep talking.
thumbnail, huh?
I said, keep talking. I wanted to see
Oh,
if that was me on my end.
okay. Let's see. Does it sound better? No.
It does,
Um,
I think.
Okay, so I'll look at YouTube and there's like, I'm looking at all the thumbnails. What happened this week? What happened last week? It's the same conversations all the time. And I don't know if it's because
Mhm.
the people I'm looking at are, traditional media first and they went into their podcast angles. And so all they know is just follow the news cycle. I don't know if it's because they're following the news cycle, everybody that comes behind them feels like they gotta follow the same news cycle. Or knowing
Yeah.
just on the internet, certain topics do, pick up and give you the numbers you need. Again, follow the numbers. But I just see the same thing from the same people. And again, it's like when it comes to hip hop and black music, a lot of them, they've been doing it for so long, they are now the old heads. They are now. And again, I said there's nothing wrong with it. I love them. I've grown up on Ebro and I love Joe Budden and there's certain people in the game that I respect, but it's just like nothing fresh. I just don't get
I
it.
know.
And it's like when it comes to the youth, like the youth will take the reaction video angle. So it's like people like my generation, they don't have the either passion or ability to actually speak on topics that maybe have more depth or maybe, are focusing on a different sector of music. So yeah, it's just I just keep saying the same things year after year, the same
No,
face.
I said the same thing. I honestly feel what you're saying with that.
Mhm,
I'm even especially with the like relationship stuff and men
mhm,
versus women and all that. Like
mhm,
I'm so over it. You know what I mean? And I want to see the different topics too.
mhm,
I do still hear it out. So that's I don't know, but it's not as bad though. It's not as
okay.
bad. Okay, so yeah, I felt you on that one too. I was like, yeah, she felt the same way I do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So you was talking about Nikki.
Mhm,
And I know you're a super fan of Nikki. What do you think about Nikki
mhm,
now, considering all her political
mhm.
things that she's got involved in? Are you still a fan? Do you still support, or you still feel like this is just a phase she's going through, and eventually she gonna get right back to
Yeah.
Nikki?
Um, I think because I see politics as like its own world. When you get that high of an artist, of course she has things against her right now. She's worried about her safety and this and that. And granted, all other kind of legal troubles just in her history and the people around her. I can only look at it from her perspective. Like, okay, maybe she's doing it for a good reason. She needs to do it for her own sake. I've never had an emotional attachment to that, but at the same time, I simultaneously have grown up with Nicki. She's not somebody who I could just throw away, especially when I think of the music and I look at the current state of
Right.
everything. Like there's just something that cannot be duplicated, and it's an energy she holds that I just cannot throw her to the side like that. I can't do it. So I don't know. I don't hold the politics against her. But I do understand it is damaging. I do understand she's at a different place in her life, and I don't know if she's gonna come back. I don't know if anybody can. I don't want to say people can trump her, but of course people are still trying to take that spot. Um, and so yeah, I would love to see her come back, but I'm not holding nothing against her.
Okay. All right. You had a good point about the Tupac situation too. You said that, people need to go get that Tupac energy. You probably like, I said that. Look, they'll go. I had to go back through all your videos and watch all your stuff. So like,
Hmm.
I'm familiar with the concept. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's true though. Like, I people are not stealing Tupac because Tupac was real.
Hmm.
He was really like hell.
Hmm.
And then even him, they try to discredit him and say he gay now and all kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Hmm.
huh?
Hmm.
Nah, I don't believe that. We need more people because I like no, So I definitely feel you on that. What do
Hmm.
you think? Why do you think that people rather take somebody else's versus somebody like Tupac? Do you feel like because he has a strong energy that can't be duplicated, or is it just somebody else's stuff is just so much easier to take?
I think we've just moved so far past from that energy. I think some people could talk of the state of men today, just so much has changed. There's so many influences. So much narrative, like so many narratives around just masculinity and things of that nature too. But I know a lot of people under that post also mentioned like Pac has just this real energy you can't duplicate either. So, that made sense to me as well. Like it's just you just have to be that and live that. And again, we don't even live in a time where that kind of livelihood could build that kind of person. Um, so yeah,
Mhm.
it's so different. It's so different today. I just look at it as just a state of the man, or a state of just humans that are evolving, and I don't think we can do that again. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. Plus, you have to be righteous too.
Hmm.
Like he
Yeah.
was very righteous. He was ready to die for whatever. I mean, I don't
Hmm.
think they're ready to die.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, they want to talk about it, and then that's it. Did
Hmm.
you see the Jay-Z freestyle?
Hmm. Yep.
Mhm. Okay. And what did you think about that?
Yes, I made a post about that. So I said about that, I don't look at what Jay did as like, oh, it's gonna be rap beef, he just put out a verse, it's hot, it's whack. I like Jay is kind of tightening up his foundation and like him as an institute, because people are attacking that foundation, whether what he did is true or not. Everything about him has been about, I'm gonna do what I need to be the best in the game. And so I saw that freestyle as him like almost like I call it like narrative repair almost. Like if you go back in history, you can always look at this moment and see, or say he replied to that in that way. That was his response, and that's what it is. I don't look at it like, oh, it's a hot verse, it's whack. People finna respond. Like I just see it as Jay doing Jay, which is just keeping that foundation tight and keeping that like image and that legacy of him tight on its own, um, and just cementing that in history for himself.
Mm. Do you think it's good or bad that people don't respond to like when somebody like because he normally doesn't respond to something
Mhm.
like this?
Right, right.
Do you think it's good that he doesn't respond, or he should respond and clear things up?
Hmm. Um, that's a good question. I think because again, yes, they usually don't respond to things. I think not responding is beneficial because you can just let the narrative ride out. But once you respond, then of course it starts to build up again. People can attack, people can respond. But again, because I look at his situation the way he did this, I just see it as him responding was beneficial for him. Like at some point, it's kind of like he had to, but I don't think it was
Mhm.
necessary. If that makes sense.
Okay. It's strategic a little bit sometimes too.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
they said he got an album coming,
Hmm.
so.
Yeah, timing is everything, you know. So again, it could have been. Sometimes it's just that hey, you don't want to respond at a certain time when it's beneficial for you, or when things are, there's a certain energy. I know he did it, full moon, blue moon, like whatever was around that. So who knows what it could have been for him. But yeah, I think if anything, yeah, timing. I think just respond on your own time in your own way is probably the biggest thing. Whether you decide not to or to do so strategically, you do so on your own terms.
Hmm. What's your goal in like your platform?
Mhm.
What do you want to achieve doing all this?
So for me, I keep teetering between two things. For me, it's either doing the work because I've transitioned a lot from like just trying to help artists because sometimes I get into it and it's like I just see sometimes artists just need to get in their head and like figure out their own issues, and a lot of times you can tell people what to do, they're not going to do it. So I don't like doing things that I feel like are out of my control. So I look at
Right.
what's in my control. So I'm either focusing on trying to figure out what I can give people as a utility to make better music, or I'm going to figure out how we can learn how to judge music better. Because I just think there's just something wrong with the landscape and that people are not getting. And it's bigger than like this one to one, I'm an artist and I can't figure it out. There's like something like collectively, culturally that needs to be sewn up. And so I'm just hoping to start to do some deeper work around, what's really missing, what's really wrong, and then let me
Hmm.
take people on that journey and give them that.
Are you gonna feel bad that you may not be able to ever fix what's wrong?
Sometimes yes. Like I've done it for
Yeah.
so many years and it's just like sometimes I just really look at it and I'm like, like y'all have to do it on your own, Sometimes I'm like that, but sometimes it's like, can I do something? But then I just have a certain awareness
Mm,
that's like sometimes you cannot like force the hand of people, It's just gonna have to run its course. So yeah, sometimes I do feel like, dang, like I can't do nothing about it.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, mission impossible sometimes.
Yeah.
What did you learn being a manager?
Hmm.
You know, because I know you learned a lot.
Yes.
That you wish you could fix.
If I could control anything, I think it's the ego of the male artist.
Mm,
Um, I think, again, I can give people the plan. I can give you literally the cheat code to win the game, and they could not do it. Whether it's because you have an internal thing, you don't want to do it because I'm a woman and you feel like, dang, she did this for me, like she solved the issue. Like sometimes it's like that. They feel like, you're the one who did it. I can't let you be the reason I won. Um, or again, merely because, they insecure, you need a lot of opinions, you just whatever's just stopping you from taking that extra step. If I could just cut that off from you and you can go, it would be great. But again, you cannot
mm,
control people. So it's just merely like if I could go into their back and be their battery pack and move them like a game controller, great. But I can't do that. So that's just the biggest thing.
mm.
Like no matter, how
Do
much
you
you
think
put
it's just
in.
the men?
Mhm.
Is it
Um
just the man, or is it like the age?
I feel like it is primarily the men because when I speak to women, a lot of women get it. Like they're just on their grind, they're doing what they can, they're putting in the work. But it's something about
Mm.
the men there. A lot of times they're doing it for different reasons. Like I think women understand, like, the music. I want to do the music, but a lot of men sometimes they don't realize they're doing it for things like maybe they want attention, they want women, they want a lot of other things.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
cars, jewelry.
yeah, and it's like I get it, but this is a music journey, and so they may get a little bit here and they'll get sidetracked. You get some of this, and you go over here. So I say that, granted, I don't
Mhm.
have enough data for real, but I feel like it is. In terms of generationally, yeah, I've seen it from guys that are older, men in their 40s to the teenagers who I've worked with to the guys in their 30s. Like I don't see a difference.
Wow. Mm. What kind of content would you say that you are? creating for for people to listen to, what would you
Um,
call yourself?
Little educational, little inspirational. I don't like to say motivational because I'm not trying to like motivate. I just kind of give you my gems, take it or leave it. Or I try to sometimes be intentional and actually like take my perspective and give you something to do with it. So like give you a directive from what I'm saying. So if anything, education. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Somebody was
You're
on
fine.
me. My bad.
You're
Can you
fine.
hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you calling me.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what was you saying? I'm sorry, we got cut off.
Um, I forgot because I ended my point.
I forgot. Sorry. Um. Oh, and I got like distracted too because I was like trying to push it before it
Um,
got too into it. So it's I said, what kind of
yes.
content creator?
Educational, inspirational. Primarily, I
Yeah.
was mentioning just yeah, I try to give people a directive. So I try to give them something, to do with the gems that I have. So it's just not I'm just talking at you. I try to give them something. So I'll say educational or inspirational.
Okay. And you don't charge, you just give it to them for free? Like,
So
you just
sometimes
give it
I
to them the
do,
gem?
but again, I've stopped that because sometimes I don't like being in people's energy all the time, honestly. And again, it's just like
What?
it
Like, what's
becomes
the sign? What's the
therapy.
sign?
Like it really does start to become therapy because it's not just about songs. Like it's about people. They just can't figure out why they can't do something. They don't even know what they want. So sometimes I'll charge them for a call,
What's
but
your sign?
not always.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius? Oh, okay, yeah. Aquarius don't be giving a damn. Aquarius be like, no, forget it. I'm over y'all. All right. Where do you see music going in like the next 5 years? Is it more AI-ish, or is it you gonna start seeing real talent pop out because of AI, or where do you see it going?
There should be some type of renaissance happening to where people get fed up and like something is gonna take I don't know what's gonna happen, but something is supposed to pop up where the real should prevail. But when you look at the
Mm,
industry is pushing AI. Industry is tapping into the older generation who they don't care. They love these soulful blues computer songs. So they're gonna lean into that more. But I think some of us on the ground, some of us that care more, we should be making some kind of movement sometime soon. So we'll have to see.
remember, we don't have that Tupac thing no more. We don't have
We
them.
don't.
So I don't know. I mean, if we had
I know
them, maybe.
we gotta have something. I mean, come on.
We need that. We need that. So I know you did a video on the Drake and the whole situation with Drake.
Mhm.
Are you feeling the album?
No.
You're not feeling the album at all.
Uh-uh. Um, cause I don't know if it's me. Like that's not for me.
Do you feel like he rushed it? Do you feel like he rushed the album just to get out of the contract?
It didn't feel rushed. I just don't
Okay.
think he's in a place to where he can like make like again sit down and make something good and sit with yourself, sit with how you feeling, sit with what's true. Like he's still very much in that again that trying to get out the label. I'm in the beef. Everybody hates me energy, and so I think it's gonna take some time for
Yeah.
him to get out of that. But it felt intentional. It just didn't feel like the best you could make.
Mm, yeah, because he did have some other I didn't feel like a hit out of there. I think like maybe one song. Um, that was it. I think what did I miss? I think that's probably like
Mm.
my favorite song
Did
out
you
of
hear
there.
all
But
three?
yeah, that was the only one I liked.
Wow.
I know. I'm sorry. Maybe I gotta keep listening to it again. You know what I mean? If they play it
Mm-mm.
over and over again, you know how like it's one of those songs we
Yeah.
just keep hearing it, and then eventually you like, all right, I give
Mhm.
in. But what did I miss is probably like the one that
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, I get it. Because I can relate to that a little bit. But I feel like it was rushed a little bit. I do, you know.
Um,
For me, I feel like it was rushed. But I don't know if, but now he's out of his contract, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. You know,
right.
that's all we can sit back. You know, is there any artist that you would want to manage if you could?
Yes, there's an artist named Jason Martin. He's out of the West Coast. He's formerly known as Problem. Um,
Ooh,
Him or there's a guy named RJ Mr. LA. Those are two LA based artists. I would love it. I would
okay.
love that. Yeah.
Where are you at now?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida.
hmm
All right. Why you like those two artists?
Um, so I've grown up on Problem since I was like a kid, kind of going back and forth, and I had this phase where I was just tapped out of music. Like I was over this stuff, and he was the only one that still spoke to me actively as he was releasing music. He just has this embodiment, like this, I call it hood philosopher. Like I just love he's just tapped in, like he's hard, he has the lessons, like he does the work. I just love that. And then RJ, he also has like this embodiment. Like just knowing who you are. The songs are hard. Like the West Coast just has like this instrumentation that's just so hard to me. But again, I see him doing the
Yeah.
work. I think too, I love to see artists who are doing the work. Like he's outside, he got show, doing shows, going to the high schools, putting out the music, doing the streams. When I see you doing the work, then I would love to be a part of it because you're already doing half of the battle. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah. The work is definitely important. I was looking at like LaRoss. I think he just made a post like in May
hmm
because he took a little break or whatever like that. Do you think that it was stress? Because I feel like it was stress that he took the break because everybody's like, nah, he's gonna do something real big and da-da-da.
Who?
And I'm like, sometimes people don't. LaRoss, LaRussell. I'm sorry,
Oh,
LaRussell.
The Russell. Okay, okay. Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know why I said wrong. But yeah, like he took a little
Mhm.
break or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I see he's back on Instagram now. And so a lot of
Ah.
people feel like, oh, he just took that break, because he's gonna do something really, really big. Or do you feel like he took that break because sometimes he got a lot of stuff on his shoulders right now.
Mhm.
Everybody's expecting all this stuff from him, and people don't realize how much pressure you
Mhm.
have to keep delivering and putting out all these
Mhm.
major things, and it's stressful. So sometimes you do got to take a break.
Yeah.
You know, what do you
Hmm.
think about that?
I didn't know he came back. I didn't know he was gonna come back.
I
Um.
mean, I seen his Instagram. I thought he got rid of his Instagram. I thought he
Right.
detached.
Right. And that was like
It's open now. I see it.
that was like a good month. Okay, so he back.
Mhm.
Um. What I thought when he left, of course, that whole controversy thing. It was weird because he got signed to Roc Nation, and then the controversy happened around him. But like you're saying, I think it had to be pressure. When you think, oh, you just got the big deals, Jay Z, and then but it's also ironic. So sometimes I'm like, it could be controversy, or it could have been a permission slip for him to like take time back and like figure out where he's going next. Um, so sometimes I
Yeah.
think it's strategy a bit. I do, but if you look at it from like a realistic standpoint of like him going through that, of course it had to be like, yo, this is too much. Like I just signed to like
Hmm.
somebody who people dream of, and now I'm having like the most hated moment of my career. You know?
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure, and I don't think people like even with me, I may not be that big entity like him,
hmm
but people rely on me so much.
Wow.
Like, oh, you're gonna take me to the promised land, you're gonna put me on
Wow.
and I'm like, I can't, it's just me, you know what I'm saying? And they
hmm
don't realize how much pressure every day where people are like, help me, and I'm like,
hmm
I can't help all of you. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes very stressful when people look at like
hmm
you're
hmm
gonna help me. I'm like,
hmm
so he has this pressure of putting out this dope album, more music, and living up to the hype.
hmm
So that's a lot, because what if you fail? Now you're gonna look stupid in front of
hmm
everybody.
hmm
That's a lot. That is a lot of
Yeah.
pressure,
Yeah.
you know. You said something that was really smart too, because that's that Howard background, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I had to think about it, and it's crazy because I watch this channel all the time. You were saying about the Disney Channel.
Mhm.
And I said, you know what? I never even like paid that attention. You said that the Disney Channel has like a lot of dope music on there that people
Mhm.
just like kind of like blow over. They don't even pay
Mhm.
any attention. And even from the costumes and performances and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I really didn't pay that any attention. They do
Mhm.
have some good music on there. If you really pay
Yeah.
attention to the words and listen to it,
Mhm.
yeah, they do
Yeah.
have some good writers on there. So you really be on your stuff. Like,
I be
I was
everywhere. It is so
like,
I be like, "How do I even" I don't
okay,
even know.
yeah.
I'm just everywhere.
I was watching Disney today. That's crazy. But I was shocked to see that they had this real violent movie on there. And I was like, yo, they killing and he killed the dude with the pen. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
this? But I was shocked to see that on there. You know what I'm saying? All that killing.
Mhm.
But you was right. Definitely be all over and just tapping into what's what. Do you
Yeah.
have like a list of stuff going
I usually
that you
tap
like, you
into
know what I'm
the
saying, that you see?
Yeah, I usually tap into the energy of the day, really. I try to like, what people talk about, what do I feel, what needs to be talked about. Because I feel like if I start to do that, like get a list, if like it just becomes overwhelming because there's so much. You never really know, where people are and like what people are listening to. So I try to just stay with me and like whatever comes in my circle, my world is how I usually go about it.
Hmm. And sometimes your content, it may be something else that somebody else is feeling at that moment, but they just
Mhm.
like, yo, I was feeling the same way.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes it's good, like you said, to have those different topics instead of the same topic all the time. It's like, yo, I wasn't there. Yo, that do be having or da 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 da. So it's good to have that fresh topic.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do too. Would you rather have more likes, views, followers?
Hmm. I was thinking about this earlier. Did you say views?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do views. I think because I understand like attention is currency, and so if I
Hmm.
look at like you may never know who's watching. Sometimes you don't know who is ever watching you. Um, and that
Right.
kind of like gives me a little something because it's just like I just know somebody's watching, and they're looking and like something's
Somebody.
moving. So I know when stuff is circulating. Like that usually is that marker for me. So views for sure.
Do you want to be famous?
That's such an interesting question. Um, famous. I've thought about that a bit because I know I could do it, but it always comes down for me about what am I getting out of the deal, because again, this platform in itself, I've only been doing this 3 months, and like it's just gone so crazy, and sometimes I look like, but what have you got? Not even what have you gotten, but what do you want? People can like you, people can watch you, people can want to help you. They can say you changed their life, but how does that feel to you? So I'm still kind of teetering with
Hmm.
like, what do I really want, and like, would it give me that? So I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still early in the game too. Like you said, you only been
Hmm.
doing it a couple months, but you've done a lot of content to where I thought you would have did it way longer than that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I like you because you're just so simple. You like, I'm gonna have my hair up in a little joint and just be on my chill.
Yeah,
Me, I'll be like, let me put this on, let me put my wig on, let me put
yeah,
my nails
yeah.
on. So we gotta be all fancy, and I love how you just like, no, I ain't doing all that.
Thank you. No,
Just
sometimes
keep
I
it
mean I
real.
think about that too. So I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I want to get up. Let me figure out what I want my look to be, what I want my, all of that to be. It'll definitely come, but like I think about that sometimes. But I think I couldn't have done it unless I did it from where I am. And if I did the most, I would have never started. So I just had to start where I
Yeah, because sometimes we overthink stuff. We'll
am.
be like, I
Hmm.
gotta do this, I gotta do I look like this, and you'll talk yourself out of stuff. That's what me sometimes I will talk myself out of
Hmm.
it. Nah, I ain't got my hair done today. I ain't got my
Yeah.
nails done. I'm not gonna do it. And you wind up missing. that moment or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know. Is there anything else that you have going on that you want to let everybody know about
Hmm.
that we didn't talk about?
No, I would say just stay tuned on the socials. I take everything, a day at a time. Of course I am, working and trying to plan other things and really make this a lot more intentional and just cohesive, but a day at a time. But eventually something will be here for you all to grab on. So just stay tuned on the socials, I'll say.
Right. Do you feel like you ready to quit your job for it or whatever to do this full time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
there's
that's so
nothing in the
risky.
job system for me. I'm over that. I'm so over that.
You ready to jump in and do this full time. That means you gotta do this all the
Yeah.
time. All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the stress comes in there where you just
Mhm.
like, uh.
Right.
But you can do it. Anybody can do anything if they really want to.
Mhm.
If you get up every day and do it. Do you have kids?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Howard. See, look, that's
No.
gonna be my nickname for you, Howard. No, but I don't meet too many people from Howard, so like,
Mhm.
to me that's dope. You're a black female that
Mhm.
that went to Howard. That's dope.
Yeah.
People that was like the go to, school to
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
Like you made it. So to know somebody that went to Howard, now I can say I know somebody that went to Howard. No, I didn't. You know these
Mhm.
jokers they go around the way, the local joints.
Yeah.
So, but I'm so honored for you to come on, and you're such an educated black woman,
Thank you.
and no kids. You got a boyfriend?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That was that little part right there was
No.
suspect.
Nobody. There's
You was
nobody.
like,
Nobody.
okay, all right. So look, no boyfriend, no kids, went
Mhm.
to college, got this amazing background education wise, and you single.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You tired of men? You just done with them?
I'm not. I'm really
You
not. I'm
taking a
not one
break?
of them. Like,
Okay.
I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but like I love men. But it's hard, but I'm not over them.
Okay. All right. So you're not an angry black woman. That's good.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
No,
I hear
because
the
you know the
conversation.
women out
I
here.
get it, but I'm not. I'm really not.
Good, good. We don't need no more angry black women. I ain't mad at the ones that are angry though. I'm really not because they have their reasons. I mean, I'm sure. I used to
Yeah.
be one at one point in time, but I think we all go through our phases where like I can't stand
Mhm.
y'all mother, so but now I'm just taking a break and looking at everything. You know how like you
Mhm.
finally get a chance to like let the dust settle and
Mhm.
you get to see everything. You're like, oh my God, I was in all that. I was in
Mhm.
all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool to just watch
Mhm.
and not be a part of it. Like, I am so glad I'm not with nobody right now, you know, because it's a lot. Oh, I meant to ask you, what do you
Mhm.
think about the new Instagram feature where they pay, I think it's like $3 a month that they're charging, Instagram is charging $3 a month. And now these people can secretly go into your stories and be like a ghost just
Really?
watching you. Yeah, I just saw it on Instagram today. I was like, wow. So
Hmm.
you pay the 3.99 or 2.99 a month, and they can go through everybody's story. And you know how like when you go on a story, you're visible.
Mhm.
Now you don't see them, so they could just be nosy. It could be like
Mhm.
enemy, your competition, whoever. Like it's weird. Why would somebody want to do it? Like I mean, I get it,
Oh,
but
they
I'm
would
just like,
love that. They would love that. People love to
that's
do stuff
crazy.
like that.
Why don't they just make another page versus trying to like I don't know. I don't. It's so weird. You have to pay $3 a month for that. That's kind of dumb.
I think
I
people
guess.
probably I think they have that feature because I think people were paying other apps to do stuff like that, like, look at
Mm,
profiles, look at stories, do all kind of stuff. Yeah, that's probably why
yeah.
they did it anyway. I think people were already paying for stuff like that.
It's so sad that you got to do all of that to just. It's sad. It's like that? Do you want to know that bad? Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just make up with the person and just be friends with them? So you look at them through your regular page if you want to be that nosy. Were you going to
You know,
pay three
people are
dollars?
crazy.
Yeah, like stalker girlfriends and boyfriends. That's what that is, you know. But but I definitely had fun with you. It's an honor. I'm glad we got everything situated to where we had you on. And where you want to tell them all the info? I know your Instagram, but you could
Hmm.
give it to them if you got a website and all that. I didn't see the website, but
Yeah.
do you have a website?
Yes, I have my website up still. So everything is Artist Reality Checks. I think the website is artistrealitychecks.com. If people want
You said
to
I
book,
think.
huh?
I didn't see no website.
I know I took it
I
off
didn't see
because
no
I'm
website.
telling you, I'm
Oh,
trying to transition. Um, but the website
yeah.
is still artistrealitychecks.com. If people want to go on there, there's nothing really on there. But if you want to book, you can go to artistrealitychecks.setmore.com. Because a lot of people ask me that too if they want to book a call ever. But yeah, everything is at Artist
Uh,
Reality Checks.
and they would be booking you for what, consultation or
So I do bookings
mentorship?
around.
Or
So it's an artist direction call. So most artists, I'll tell them to. There's some questions they could fill out. If they just need help on like social media or like just what to do at this point in their career. We could set up a call. Something more intentional because again, people just want to talk. And not know what they're trying to get. So this is for if you need direction.
they gonna be trying to do other stuff. You single and from Howard, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be,
Yo,
they gonna be like, yeah, girl, whatever. We trying to like get in. But
yeah.
yeah, definitely book with her if y'all can. She's super smart and she got that background and back it up. I would definitely put that on the bio because that's huge.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Put that Howard up there. Be proud of that. You know what I'm saying? How many years did you go to school? Did you go
I was just there
for?
for the 4, so just a bachelor's.
Hey, yeah. I mean, come on, 4 years. Yeah, brag about that. Put it up in the bio. Howard University student, graduated, whatever. Like, give it
Okay,
to him.
I'll put it on there.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? That's huge. That's a huge accomplishment, you know? And that's Sony and all that other stuff too. Yes.
Mhm,
Tell them that because that's going to give you clout
mhm,
and that's stats. You know what I mean? Because that's going to make them say, "Oh, she did Sony. She did what?
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? That's how you. That's your background. You know what I mean? So yeah,
yeah,
you got to let them know. So, but I appreciate you so much. Let me know if you need my help in the future. You know
okay,
what I mean? I definitely would love to connect with you
yeah.
on some other things down the road. So we gotta stay in the loop. I'm gonna be watching your videos, stalking you, and making sure you're doing your content.
What's
When
your
I can, because I'm about to be back at
what's
work.
your handle?
Air it out. Mine is Air It Out Radio, and then Fiyachick, Fiya chick
Okay,
with a K
okay.
at the end. And I put it in the email too, so you
Oh
have
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah. So I run both of them. Well, I run like 8 pages. So, but
Gosh. Okay.
I've been on 21 years. I got a whole bunch of junk. But now I'm about to be back on Monday show. So
Okay.
that's gonna get me busy. So I try to get a couple interviews in before I go crazy and go in. So but I appreciate you. Make sure y'all check out the website airitoutradio.net. Of course, I'm that chick fire. Make sure y'all tap into me. I'll be back on June the 15th. And make sure y'all tap into her Instagram and her information. I didn't put it down there. I'm gonna pin it. Um and the information down there when I get done. But I definitely appreciate you, Jamara.
Yes.
And
Thank you for having me.
got anything else you want to let them know before we get up out of
No,
here?
that's it. Thank you. I had fun. I'll definitely tap in, stay tapped in. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Air Out Radio's Matt.